So originally, I was gonna put gameplay in this video, and as you can see, I didn't. It's just an image of something random that Future Me is gonna put for the next, I don't know, however long this is gonna be. Um, yes, I was playing video games, and then I could have captured all that footage. I was playing the Crew Motorfest Battlefield 1, and yet I didn't do so. So, well, kind of sucks. Anyways, so title of this video may be kind of strange, but just something really important. Not important. Important? More like a terrifying observation. Maybe I should have written a script for this. I don't write scripts for my for videos like these. So, as you can probably tell, um, why am I blanking? I'm like blanking out. Okay, so this happened about 2 days ago. It's kind of a realization that I came to. Yeah, does that sentence make sense? Yes, it does make sense. So there was a realization that came to 2 days ago, and so basically I was walking with my grandma on the way to pick up my brother from summer camp because it's pretty close. We can just walk there, yeah. And while we were walking, we had passed a playground, right? A playground. And as we were passing by, no, here's a bit of context. As like the two people that watch this channel know that I'm a very like observant person. I notice all the details around me, I take that in, and then yeah. So I realized that there were no children on the playground whatsoever. And again, it's not this was this was at school, right? Because where I live, school hasn't started. It's not gonna start until at least a month or so, right? But what I had realized was nowadays I don't see children outside anymore. And again, that may sound really weird, but let me explain. You see, as I was growing up, there was always children outside, right? At the playground, I don't know, hanging around, I don't know, just doing whatever, right? And you could say it's the pandemic, which to be honest, it probably is. It is like the aftermath of the pandemic. But even then, it's been like what, a year and a half? No, how long has it been? Has it been like a year since the World Health Organization declared COVID not to be like a threat anymore and declared like the pandemic is over? Anyways, but I'm not gonna say it's the pandemic, or at least agree with the pandemic is what caused all of this. What you're trying to say, Jordan or Barry, you're not making any sense here. But let me explain. So as I was growing up, there was always children outside. There's always children like doing stuff, including me. But as I got older, I realized it became like less and less. And obviously when the pandemic happened, no one was outside. But again, after this period was over, I seriously don't see like any children outside, right? Like, of course, it's like always like I guess teenager years. Well, teenage. That's kind of debatable. That's just another story for another day. I'll be honest. But of course, there's always adults, outside, because they have to like go to work, because they have jobs and they have important stuff to do. That whatever adults do, yeah. And wait, I lost my train of thought again. Okay, no, never mind. So as I got older, and even now, what happened 2 days ago, I don't see children like outside anymore, and I kind of ask myself, why? Why is that? And maybe some of you can already know how like Gen Alpha has become, right? How Gen Alpha has become is bad. you know, it's really bad, right? Because now, what all these kids want to do, I think, is just stay inside and freaking watch their stupid, like, skibidi toilet, whatever, brain rot, whatever you call that, right? And so, just like this whole culture is changing, And so, because of that, like, they don't want to go outside, right? Like, oh, why would you want to go spend all this time and energy going outside doing things when everything you have, right, is on your freaking little tablet, your little iPad at the touch of your fingertips, right? And it made all sense to me. It made sense because I have personal experience with my brother. Unfortunately, um, he's always on his iPad, literally like all the time. I don't know what he's doing on there. I think he's like playing games, like those stupid like mobile game ads you see. You all know what I'm talking about. And like watching, I don't know, God knows what he's watching on YouTube. That's like brain rot. I know for sure it's like those stupid like kid content, quote unquote, but it's like weird, whatever. And that stupid skibidi toilet, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's just sad because this is what kids have become. They're like watching this. They're playing these type of games, right? They're not even good. They're not even good like at all. And yet this is what they're subjecting themselves to. And it's, of course, it's, you're all probably seen like the tons of videos, people making, oh, why, oh, Gen Alpha is done for, oh, Gen Alpha is cooked, or oh, Gen Alpha is done for, right? And then they explained why and how they gave all the reasons. Like you all probably have seen those type of videos, so I don't need to go into too much detail. But the reason why I'm talking about this because finally this realization, you know, well, finally, that didn't make sense saying finally two times in that same sentence, but it's whatever. Finally hit me, 2 days ago when I see that I don't see like children, being kids anymore. Like, no, like my brother, he has. I'm literally looking at this right where I'm recording this. I'm where I can sit right where or stand or whatever. I can see the amount of toys he has, right? The amount of toys he has, and yeah, I like never see him play with them, right? Maybe he uses like once or twice, and then kind of just like throws it aside, and goes back to watching his like stupid iPad brain rot, whatever you want to call it. And he doesn't want to do anything. Like, and you could say, oh, you're a teenager, you're also gonna be like the same thing like him. And I gotta be honest, I have no defense about that. But the reason I'm gonna say it's different is because, as you've probably seen these videos talking about Gen Alpha, they become like these weird like creatures. They act all weird, right? And they're like aggressive and stuff like that. And that's not what I am. Every single day I try to at least go for a walk for an hour or 2 hours, right? I write, try to be, a good, decent person, not whatever this horrible attitude, kids these days, you know, and they're trying to be. And yes, I know it's probably going to be someone that says, oh, but Barry, you're also a kid too. You can't be saying kids these days. But then, yes, you'd be totally right. But then again, my point still kind of stands, And then, yeah. So, yeah, it's just really sad to see how, like, these playgrounds are just gonna like be unplayed on, if that's even a word. They're just gonna be here like rotting till like the end of time now, or at least they're slowly gonna phase out because just no one, like no kid wants to do any of stuff. Like basically, how do I say this? No kid now. Wait, yes, no kid now doesn't want to do what kids wanted to do back then, right? And yeah, right? Did I say that right? Yeah. It's just the way these kids, Gen Alpha, the way they're growing up, it is so different from past generations, right? And a lot of these adults, they want to say, oh well, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are not that different. And I want to argue, yes, we are very different from each other. Surprisingly, I think the only difference is that we're exposed to the internet, exposed to technology. But other than that, literally everything else is just completely different, right? You know, and of me growing up, I was thinking, oh, my brother, he's gonna grow up, just like me. All these kids like my brother at their age, they're not gonna be any different. Like what these adults are saying, we're just gonna grow up the exact same. You can't even tell the difference. But it's pretty crazy now in 2024. All of us Gen Zers, like we can see the difference. We can see how different we are to them, right? But I'm not trying to like alienate them or like dehumanize them, because that's not what we want. That we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't like. I'm not saying that anyone's doing this, but I don't want to make it where this is a growing trend. We should just hate on Gen Alpha because they're terrible, blah blah blah. But then we don't want to help them. Like that, come on, that's kind of bogus. Well, upset for my brother, got to admit, because he's kind of a lost cause. Long story short, he's not. I don't know. I kind of gave up on him. He's not changing for the better. So that's R.I.P. for him. But for all the other kids, there's hope. But it's just really sad how, again, even though it's just for a few seconds, I glance over at this playground. There's not a single kid on there. None. Just, I don't know, maybe just leaves and bugs, maybe. I don't know. Just the sunlight just beaming down. And then, yeah, it was kind of haunting. Haunting? Is that even the right word? It's just like, I don't know. This may seem like a really big stretch, but even thinking about it now just feels kind of eerie, haunting. Like liminal space, like, right? How just empty it is. How there's just no one there. Because the kids we know are so different and they're kind of just gone. And then, yeah. But I also want to end this off by saying I don't want this to be too pessimistic. I already don't know what to say, how to make this better. But like I said, we shouldn't like bash children down, because that's just dumb and kind of mean. Unless they're like a really lost cause, I guess that's okay. I guess, I don't know. Stuff is wrong, but as the saying goes, if they can't help themselves, then you shouldn't help them, or something like that. I don't know. I forgot what the quote was. But then, yeah, so that's kind of what I have to say. And then, yeah. I'll see you on the next video or discussion thingy. Because, yeah, I'm starting those again because I haven't made one of these in, like, ages. Because the last one, it was, like, 2 weeks ago. But even before that, it was probably, like, almost 2 years ago. So it's like, yeah. And, yeah, I'll see you all later. So have a good day. Or day, morning, or night. And then, yeah. Yes, thank you for watching, or listening, technically. Bye-bye.